If any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me, I have one.
In Africa, it has a reputation for killing more people than any other animal.
Hey, Foo! Merry Christmas! I got a song to sing to you, and it goes a little something like this. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. I don't want a food doll or a dinky tinker toy. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy.
Well, you know what they say, Dr. D. Be careful what you wish for.
It sounded like a good idea at the time. Please put me down. Oh, put me down.
Oh, Dr. D, you're the gift that keeps on giving. Hey, Foo, what?
I don't want to alarm you, but I think a hippo's eating Dr. D.
Hey, look, that little idiot got his Christmas wish, so why shouldn't I get mine? Now go away, I'm gonna go make a review.
Oh, spit me out. Spit me out. Spit me out. Oh, God.
I want a hippopotamus. Oh, great, now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head all day. Hello, my name is Fu Manchu, and Merry Christmas, everyone. We've made it to another one, and Christmas is a great time of the year. Why, it's the year that Jack Skellington brings you all presents and... What? That was a movie? Crap, I thought that was real. Hey, we're almost to the year 2020. I know, right? Jeez, it's like the future and stuff. And I have a time machine, trust me. 2020? Yeah, you might want to stay in 2019. I'm just saying. What? I'm spoilers. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But you know what? Hey, it's not all gonna be bad. I mean, the tail end of it's pretty good when all the humankind is enslaved by their iPhones. Oh, that already happened. You know what? Hey, Merry Christmas anyways. Let's have some fun for this holiday. Now, I don't really have anything, holiday-esque to review, but I do have something pretty cool, so let's go check it out, shall we? Today's review will be on the Swtoys No-Fizz025. No, wait, that's for the SW toys, and I love that logo there. The S is like a dragon snake over the W, and that is really cool indeed, and it says 16R World. Yes, please. There's a lot of 16 stuff I would really love to have, and this is for the Mr.Will figure, and there's no doubt who that is supposed to be. It's Ryan Reynolds as Wade Wilson from Deadpool 2 when he was all depressed and at the X-Mansion and wanted to die. But you know what? This is awesome. Now, this is something that Hot Toys hasn't given us. They haven't given us a unmasked Deadpool figure, and they haven't given us a street clothes Deadpool. And you know what? This is so cool because not only is he unmasked, well, he's sort of unmasked. He has the mask right there. But not only is he unmasked, but he's also got these hands down here that look like his head. That is really cool indeed. And he's wearing a t-shirt with Taylor Swift's cats on him. And if you know how much I like Taylor Swift, but you know what? That is awesome. And you've got the little hoodie there, and you've got his pants. And this is a very, very basic figure. But you know what? I loved how he looked in the movie like this, and I'm so glad they made a figure like this. This is cool. Now, the box itself is very plain. Aside from that picture on the front, there's nothing on the side. And if you flip it around, there is absolutely nothing on the back as well. It just looks like a little shoebox, and that's it. And when you lift the lid off, underneath you will find the usual foam. Now, I believe this is my first ever SW Toys figure, and I can't wait to see what the quality's like. So let's look underneath this foam, shall we? And underneath that foam, we find more foam and the figure itself. And check out that head. Now, he's in a little baggie like Dexter killed him, but you can still make it out a little bit. You've got his mask over there, which is actually made out of cloth. That is really cool indeed. You can see a little stitching and everything. Down here, you've got the t-shirt. Now, I wondered if they were going to change that. I haven't looked to see if it's the exact same shirt, but it sure does look like it from memory. That's pretty cool indeed. Now, I remember in the commentary, he said that they had to get the rights to use Taylor Swift's cats on a shirt or something. That's pretty sad that you had to get the rights to use her cats. I mean, as far as I know, they don't make music videos or anything on their own. But hey, Taylor, please call me, please. I'm so in love with you. Please call me. Oh, jeez. But anyways, check out his hands there. Those are very awesome indeed. You can see they're all scarred up and everything. He's got some pants there, and then down here he's got some little shoes, and then there's some extra hands right there. But other than that, this is a very basic figure. No stand, no nothing. This is all you get. And you know what? I'm very happy with it. So let's stand it up and check him out. What do you say? Well, it's good to know that my memory serves correct, because here's the shirt from the movie, and as you can see, it doesn't look like they changed a thing on this figure, and I absolutely love that, because sometimes they'll, change the spelling or change the color or something like that. This looks spot on to what came with the figure, and that is awesome. Now, looking at the shirt that the figure came with, you'll notice that they spelled Olivia and Meredith 100% correct, but then misspelled the word friends. It's Friendins. And that was one of my favorite TV shows growing up, Friendins. But you know what? These are the best Friendins per ever, and they're cute as a button. And speaking of cute as a button, check out this head sculpt of Ryan Reynolds in full Wade Wilson makeup. This is so cool. Now, it is beyond me why Hot Toys has not released a Deadpool with his mask off, or with, the head, I don't know that you could swap out the head or anything like that. I guess it's because they just don't have the license to use Ryan Reynolds' face or whatever, but that sucks. But you know what? This one looks really good. Now, I know there's a few out there on the third-party market, and this may be the same head just reused for this one. I don't know. A lot of companies do that. They just use heads that already exist. But I'm very, very happy with this, because I really did want a maskless Deadpool. Now, I didn't really want to put it on my Deadpool, costumed figure. I wanted him in street clothes, and here you go. You get a street clothes outfit with this figure, and that is awesome indeed. Now, my first impressions of this figure, now it's not a very expensive figure at all. So the body that it's on feels a little cheap. Now, this could just be first impressions, but yeah, and like I said, it doesn't come with a base, so I put him on this base. But the body does feel a little cheap. Now, it also feels a little thin. Now, I haven't compared him to my Hot Toys Deadpool figure. Now, there's no reason this figure, being as cheap as it is, should stand toe-to-toe with that one without having, a little bit of cheapness to it. But honestly, I don't know. It might be, in scale, but he does look a little thin. But, I don't know. Looking at the clips from the movie, it sure does look like it's pretty much spot on to the way he looked in the movie. So, yeah, I think they nailed it. They got his pants color, the color of his shirt, the color of his hoodie and stuff like that. That is spot on. There's only two things this figure is missing. One, now, he does come with a padded belly. There is a padded belly under there, for this figure and stuff like that. But Deadpool, or Wade Wilson, in this scene actually had two shirts on. He had a gray shirt on underneath this one. Now, that's okay. You're not going to see it, especially with as high up as that collar is. In the movie, the collar is a little lower, so you could kind of see the other shirt poking through. But big deal. I don't care. You don't need it. Plus, you can add one if you really want one, but it would just make him a little thicker anyways. And he also doesn't come with socks. Now, in the movie, he had, like, pinkish red, half socks or whatever, poking out through the loafers and stuff, and yeah, you could see him occasionally, but seriously, unless you get him in a laying down pose or an action pose or something, you're not going to see any socks anyways, so that's okay. Now, one of the things that I'm very appreciative that this figure has are these hands. Check out the detail. I love that. That is so awesome. See, this is the thing that I thought Hot Toys should have made already. They should have already at least put out, bare hands and stuff like that, because you could have, different posing and stuff for your figures and junk, but they haven't even done that. And like I said, maybe they just haven't gotten the license for Ryan Reynolds' head or whatever, but this looks really good. And if you have the Hot Toys figure, I'm sure you could swap this out. Now, I'm going to leave this on the figure. I'm not going to be putting it on my Hot Toys figure, because I've been breaking things lately, and I do not want to break either my Hot Toys figure or this one. Now, looking at him from this position here, it's Freddy Krueger with better ears. Check that out, man. That is awesome. They did a great job on the paint and stuff on this head. It looks so good. Now, the back of the figure is kind of boring. You got his hood there, and the sweatshirt is actually very spandexy feeling. It's very elasticy, so that's pretty cool. And then down here, you got his pants. They're just gray, but that's what they look like in the movie. And then back here, you've got the back of his shoes. And check out the detail on those. That is awesome looking. That is really cool indeed. And yeah, they were just white shoes with white laces in the movie, so that is very cool indeed. But yeah, let's check out this head sculpt here a little closer up and check out his eyes. Look at them. They've got like some gold in them. I don't know. Let's lean him back and look at his eyes a little bit closer. Now, looking at his eyes with his head tilted back, and check that out. Now, they painted him like he's a Sith or something, because Ryan Reynolds just has brown eyes. But yeah, these are very shiny and gold, man. That is wild. Now, you can't see that really with the naked eye. I mean, his eyes are pretty much shaded by his brow and stuff anyways, and you can't really tell that they're this color. You can tell they're kind of shiny. They look reflective, but I think that was what they were going for. But yeah, this really isn't a problem. It's only when you look at him up close like this. But yeah, I absolutely love the way that looks. And check out his detail on his head there. That looks so awesome. Now, he just has, you know, these wrinkles and whatever. It almost looks like burns and stuff like that. But honestly, the only features he has is you can make out Ryan Reynolds' nose and mouth and, you know, jawline and stuff like that. But they did a really good job capturing his likeness when you can barely see any real features other than the makeup. And that is awesome indeed. I absolutely love it. And yeah, like I said, this figure doesn't cost very much. So to get the head sculpt and the hands and the suit, that is very cool indeed, and I'm very happy with it. Get the eyes as close as I can get, and you can see how they're painted. There's a ring of brown and a little bit of gold, and they are very, very reflective. I honestly thought they might be doll eyes the way they were reflecting the light. That is awesome indeed. But yeah, he's turned to the dark side. Now you can see some, you know, like splotching and stuff in the paint, and look at that. That looks so good, especially when you look at it up close like this. The detail work and stuff, that looks amazing. And yeah, pretty good for, you know, a third-party figure. I absolutely love that indeed. As for accessories, he only comes with 3. He's got a trigger-handed right hand and a mask-holding left hand. And speaking of the mask, check this out. Look at the detail of that mask. The fabric that it's made out of almost matches exactly the Hot Toys fabric. That is cool. The only thing that would have made this mask better is if they would have put some plastic eyes on there that would have matched the Hot Toys one. But what's cool is, you know, you get extra eyes with the Hot Toys mask, so maybe you could lay them across there or glue them down. That would actually be really neat indeed. But yeah, that is cool. I think it's so neat that they've matched the material, because if you look at that material there and you compare it to the Hot Toys figure, you should be able to see that it's pretty much the same type of material, and that is cool. Now, speaking of the Hot Toys figure, well, here he is, and he looks amazing. Now, like I said, those eyes, you know, are interchangeable and stuff like that. So, yeah, I wonder if you could, like, trim those down or just glue them onto the mask, because that would be really neat indeed. But let's see how this figure here stacks up alongside the Hot Toys Deadpool. And as you can see, he's a little shorter, but that goes without saying, because the Deadpool figure is actually on a little bit taller of a stand, as you can see there. So it lifts him up a little, but yeah, the physiques and stuff really don't look far off. I mean, he's a little bit thinner, of course, but of course, Deadpool's wearing basically like armor over his, you know, spandex suit. So, you know, maybe the shoulders look bigger because of the armor. I don't know. But you know what? I do think it fits in pretty well. Of course, the head and the hands and stuff would work with the Hot Toys figure. And yeah, I think this is pretty cool. It's pretty spot on to me. And I think it looks like the same guy would be underneath that costume. That is cool. So here's how the figure looks alongside both Cable and the huge Colossus. That is awesome indeed. And yeah, I've got them standing on both of their stands, so it levels them out to about their height. Now, as you can see, this figure is almost the same size as the Cable. He's a little bit taller, but not by much. Now, Cable does have hair, and he is wearing big old boots. And, you know, this Deadpool's wearing like little loafer shoes or whatever. So, yeah, I think that would still mean he's a little bit bigger than Cable, but not by much. But yeah, it really does look good together. The size might be off a little bit, but that's about how tall the Hot Toys figure is compared to the Cable too. So that's still pretty awesome, man. And this one over here, yeah, he's pretty darn big, isn't he? But that is so cool indeed. So, there's my review of the Swtoys Mr.Will 1/6 scale figure, otherwise known as Deadpool Wade Wilson from Deadpool 2. And you know what? I'm very happy with this figure. I bought it blind. I haven't seen a review of this figure been posted yet or whatever, so maybe this will help you if you're trying to decide. I think it was worth the money. I like it a lot. I think it is very cool indeed. And I've been wanting a street clothes, you know, unmasked Wade Wilson from the movie for a long time, and this this one fills that void, and that is awesome. And you know what? Since his name is Mr. Will, I thought being the Christmas season, I would bring you a little bit of goodwill and tidings. So there's goodwill. And I'm Tidings, and we're cops. So until next time, I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas, get lots of presents, and have a Happy New Year. At least until the robots take over in 2020. Yeah, you might not want to go to 2020. I mean, I'm just warning you right now. I've seen it. It's bad. Foo reviews! And you know what's sad? This figure really should have came with Professor X's wheelchair. That would have been awesome. So if you can get one of those, man, it'd look cool sitting in it, wouldn't it? But you know what? I'll see you guys next year, and honestly, I've only got one thing to say to you.
Don't try to chase me. Wait! Ready to be touched again.
Hey, this is Nolan North. You don't want to miss Foo Reviews.